How many times have we talked about this? The fact that the women in professional boxing are getting it done. The story continues as it was just recently announced that featherweight champions Amanda Serrano and Erica Cruz are going to come together for Undisputed. This is what it's all about, people. I talk about it all the time. And when it comes down to the women of boxing, they have no holds barred. They will get in there and compete because they don't understand what hesitancy, what trepidation, what apprehension means when it comes down to going for what they want, which is a key factor for men. When you want to deal with women, you have to come to this epiphany and understand what it's all about. Amanda Serrano and Erica Cruz have been expected to meet for the Undisputed Featherweight Championship, and now it looks like the fight is set. This is according to badlefthook.com. Okay? Michael Rothstein reports at ESPN.com that Serrano versus Cruz will take place on February 4th at Hulu Theater, Madison Square Garden's small room. This is going to be a very good fight. Both fighters are southpaw. Serrano is 34 years old, and Cruz is 30 years old. So, for these women to come together and put their titles on the line, it's an important move in the sport of boxing. And at featherweight, the Undisputed Championship is going to carry a great deal of luster. Think about it, people. You're not seeing this happen in the sport across the board on a regular basis. You're just not. There's something to be said for these fighters who are going to step up and do what they do. Yeah. Just think about it. We last saw Serrano in a high-profile fight back in May when she fought and took on Katie Taylor. Now, coming out of that fight, Serrano, who is now 43-2 with 1 draw and 30 KOs, had moved up to lightweight to take on Taylor. And she didn't get the decision, though the fight was very close, razor thin close. Katie won the decision, but I do believe Serrano won the crowd. And when you think about it, you have to understand that the fact that she challenged herself to go up there to face Katie, who is a well-decorated championship fighter. This was what boxing needed. And she's right back at it, going right in after the fight with Taylor. Serrano went right in and faced another fighter, where in her most recent bout, she took on Sarah Mahfoud and had a unanimous 10-round decision. That fight took place in September. This is what a champion does. You get right back in there and you go right back at it. Now, Serrano owns the IBF, the IBO, WBC, and WBO titles. The fight against Cruz will be for Cruz's WBA title. Now, think about it like this, people. When fighters step up and test themselves, what more could you ask? And see, you have to know that Cruz, with that WBA title that she lifted, she came in and performed very well against Jelena Mrnjavčević, and Mrnjavčević had been a champion, but the southpaw Cruz took that fight to her and took the championship away from her. Now, Cruz is coming in and she has a record of 15-1 with 3 KOs, but she can box and she is tough as nails. Thus, her nickname, Dynamita. She is going to put it on the line and mark it. I said she was 30, but she's 32. And she's 5'6" with a 64-inch reach. She is a fighter who will go to the test. In 2 fights over Mrnjavčević, she was able to just take the best that she had to offer. Serrano is 5'5.5" with a 65.5-inch reach and is a southpaw as well. So the real deal and Dynamita can get in there and test one another to the core. And I believe when you talk about between these 2 fighters and the core, there's nothing left but for there to be a war. Yeah. And I'm not asking that they go in and bash one another up out of there. I'm just asking that they go in there and present themselves as they are. World champions. 2 ladies who can get in there and put on the best that they have to offer with their boxing ability and skills. And though Cruz doesn't have as many fights under her belt as Serrano, that doesn't mean that she doesn't have championship spirit and desire and aspiration to be the best. Look at her stepping right up to take on Serrano. This is what it's all about in boxing, and we have to support that. That's why Stormy B-Man gets behind and we talk about these women champions, because they are putting the men to shame. A great deal of the men, not all, but a number. And that number is so diminished that it's not significant enough to make up the difference. But I do believe in these 2 fighters, we have more than enough to give boxing fans what they want. I'll be ready to tune in for these champions and what they bring to the ring. What about you? Who do you have? It's easy to say Serrano, but do not discount Miss Cruz. She's from Mexico. And then we have Serrano, who's Puerto Rican. And we know that when the Latin fighters go against each other, pride and country comes to its head. This is going to be an interesting fight, people. And I want to be there to check it out. Exciting news in the world of boxing. 2 champions coming together for Undisputed at featherweight. Who do you have? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know who you have in this showdown between champions. Will it be Serrano, the veteran of more fights, or will it be Cruz, who's coming on like gangbusters? Take your pick. It's going to be a great fight. This is Stormy B Man. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.